People always ask why I left my fiancé standing alone at the altar. They assume I got cold feet, that I was scared of commitment. The truth is far worse. 5 minutes before I was supposed to walk down the aisle, I received one text message, one message that exposed a secret he'd been hiding for over 2 years. And in that moment, I knew I could never marry him. My name is Olivia. When I met Nathan, I believed I had found the kind of love people write books about. He was thoughtful, patient, funny. For 4 years, he made me feel like I was the most important person in his world. Our families became close. Our friends admired our relationship. When he proposed, I didn't hesitate. Planning our wedding became the happiest year of my life. At least, I thought it was. The morning of the wedding felt surreal. Everyone was excited. My bridesmaids were laughing. My mother couldn't stop crying. Everything was going exactly as planned. Then, while sitting in the bridal suite, my phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. I almost ignored it. Something told me not to. The text simply said, "If I were you, I wouldn't marry Nathan today." Attached were screenshots. At first, I assumed someone was trying to ruin our wedding. Then, I started reading. They were conversations between Nathan and another woman. The messages weren't recent. They stretched back more than 2 years. There were photos, promises, plans to meet, even messages sent while we were choosing our wedding venue. One sentence hit me harder than everything else. "I'll marry her because it's easier, but you're the one I really want." I couldn't breathe. My entire future collapsed in seconds. Everyone kept asking if I was ready. The music had already started. Guests were waiting. Nathan was standing at the altar, but all I could think about were those messages. I walked out of the bridal suite, not toward the ceremony, toward Nathan. I handed him my phone without saying a word. He read the messages. His face turned pale. He didn't deny them. He simply whispered, "I'm sorry." That was all I needed to hear. I turned around, picked up my dress, and walked out of the venue. I never looked back. The weeks that followed were brutal. People wanted answers. Rumors spread online. Some blamed me for embarrassing Nathan. Others assumed I had overreacted. Very few people knew the truth. Eventually, I stopped trying to explain myself. The people who mattered already knew, and the opinions of strangers no longer mattered. A month later, the woman who sent the screenshots contacted me. She wasn't trying to steal Nathan. She had already ended things with him after discovering he was engaged. She told me she couldn't let another woman build a marriage on a lie. As painful as it was, she probably saved me from years of unhappiness. Sometimes the truth comes from the person you least expect. For a long time, I felt embarrassed that I didn't notice the signs. Then I realized something. Trusting someone isn't something to be ashamed of. Being deceived is never the victim's failure. It's the liar's. Walking away from my wedding wasn't the hardest decision of my life. Staying would have been. Today, I'm grateful that text arrived when it did. Yes, it broke my heart. Yes, it ruined my wedding day. But it also saved my future. Because a canceled wedding is painful. A lifetime built on lies is far worse. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away before it's too late. If you received a message like that just before your wedding, would you believe it? Or would you walk down the aisle anyway? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life confessions and emotional stories.